we all know that The Undertaker was indeed the wrestler for the 221-11 promos. And the WWE took all that time and effort to make these promos for each week, leading up to 221. They were really great promos. Yeah, they kind of told you right off the bat who it was going to be. Although the very first one, we all kind of thought maybe it could have been Sting. But anyways, it's The Undertaker. 221 comes. We're watching Raw. We're anticipating the return of The Undertaker. He comes out, an awesome entrance. He gets in the ring, takes his hat off, and then boom, what do we get? Triple H. Triple H decides to make his triumphant return the exact same day, which, I'm not going to lie, it was kind of a cool feeling to finally see Triple H back. I'm not the biggest Triple H fan, but it was good to see him back. And what could have been a great, I guess you could say, promo, return, whatever you want to call it, kind of ended up being just, to me, in my opinion at least, just kind of ended up being stupid. Because I think the WWE totally wasted this whole 221-11 promo crap that they did. They totally wasted it. Here you have The Undertaker coming back, and not one of these two guys, Triple H or The Undertaker, not one of them say a damn word the entire thing. They stare at each other. They're like, ugh. Triple H looks, when he's giving someone a stare down. He's got the whole wrinkle thing going on right here in the middle of his eyes, and his big nose is protruding out of... Anyways, they're staring at each other. They're staring at the WrestleMania 27 sign. They're staring at each other. Not a word is said this whole time, and that's it. I'm like, wow, I was totally let down on that. I loved the Undertaker's entrance. I thought that was awesome. And yeah, it was cool seeing Triple H back, but damn, let him talk, right? Let the guys talk. Hell, who wants to look at a staring contest? I know I don't. But then, the following week, we do get to see Triple H. Well, he finally talked. And that was pretty entertaining. But my problem now is, why is the WWE putting Undertaker versus Triple H? Okay? Because it's not as if these two guys don't already have a storyline or program going on with wrestlers already. Think about this. Triple H and The Undertaker were both put out. Okay? And they were put out, sure, several months ago, but it was relatively recently. It was kind of recent that they were put out. Sure, Triple H has not been gone for years. Undertaker has not been gone for years. You know what I mean? They were put out just several months ago. We all remember how they were put out. Triple H was put out by Sheamus. Okay? Triple H was put out. They had a match at last WrestleMania. It was a good match. They had a match at the following pay-per-view after Mania. Sheamus put Triple H out. And then when Shawn Michaels loses, okay, at Mania, and he is finally retired, the next night on Monday Night Raw, you have Triple H trying to give a heartfelt speech about his boy in arms, his brother in arms, I should say, Triple H, talking about Shawn Michaels, and then bam, what happens? He gets blindsided from behind by Sheamus. So he's put out. He's put out by Sheamus. He hasn't been seen on TV in months because Sheamus put him out, right? So why is Triple H not going after Sheamus? Okay, Undertaker, same thing. He was put out. Kane and Undertaker had a great little feud at the end of last year. I loved it. I thought it was great. Kane had a great title run. But The Undertaker was put out by Kane and Nexus. He was buried alive by Kane and the Nexus. Why is the WWE forgetting that? Why are they forgetting about Sheamus and Triple H as well? Undertaker was put out. He should come back and want to go after those people, He should want to go after Kane and Wade Barrett, right? Because They are the ones that buried him alive. But you have Triple H challenging The Undertaker, the Mania, and the only thing that he has to even be remotely pissed off about The Undertaker is the fact that Undertaker beat Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 26. He retired his friend. That's the only thing. But I would think that Sheamus putting himself out of action, for all those months, he put Triple H out of action. You would think that would be more important, than Shawn Michaels being retired. I mean, hell. But that's the problem I have with the WWE. It's like anything that happened in the past is not relevant, in the present and future. Which that's the totally wrong way to think about doing things. They should always try to incorporate old storylines. I mean, they're kind of doing that with Randy Orton and CM Punk. They are trying to incorporate something from the past in the storyline for it to work now in the present, which is great. But why are they trying to ignore the fact that The Undertaker was put out by Kane? He was buried alive by Kane in the Nexus. Triple H was taken out by Sheamus. And sure, when Triple H finally spoke the next week on Raw after his return, Sheamus, he does come out. And what happens? Yeah, he gets his ass handed to him by Triple H, which, sure, that should have happened. He should have got his ass beat because Triple H was taken out by him. But I think that they should have put the primary focus on that, not make it an afterthought. But anyways, we've seen this before as well. Triple H and The Undertaker, WrestleMania 17. Has anyone forgot about that? So here we are again, 10 years later, and the WWE's not even mentioning that. They could kind of play off that. 10 years ago these two saw each other. Now here we are, the 10-year anniversary of the first time they took on each other at WrestleMania. They could play off that as well, but so far they're not. They haven't even mentioned it. But Triple H and The Undertaker, it's kind of like just something that... Sorry, I'm not a big fan of seeing Triple H and The Undertaker going up against each other at WrestleMania. We've seen this before. Not to say that matches that we've seen before WrestleMania can't work again, because they do work from time to time. With The Undertaker and HBK being a rare exception to that. They are an exception to the rule. They had two great WrestleMania matches back to back, but we saw Undertaker and Triple H at WrestleMania 17. 10 years now have passed, and we're going to see them again. And I just hope that the match is good. That's the only thing that I worry about, because I want to see a great match at WrestleMania. That's what WrestleMania is for. WrestleMania is for the best matches of the year. I mean, it's the granddaddy of them all. So you want to put your best guys together. You want to put the best guys up against the best guys. That's the only way it's going to work. And so far, WrestleMania is shaping up, I think, to being a pretty great pay-per-view. We got, CM Punk and Randy Orton. That's been pretty interesting. We have, of course, Triple H and The Undertaker. We have John Cena and The Miz, which I think that match is still pending. I think that maybe that match might change up before too long. We've got Michael Cole and The Miz. Okay, Michael Cole and Jerry King Lawler, I should say. But Michael Cole and Jerry King Lawler, that's a match that's been building for months. I mean, if you can recall listening to any Monday Night Raw commentary within the past several months, you could always remember hearing Michael Cole and Jerry King Lawler bicker at one another. That's just what they've been doing. Michael Cole has always been against what Jerry King Lawler has been saying, and vice versa. They've had some pretty heated discussions on the commentating booth during Raw, and now they're finally meshing those two together in matches, with Cole interfering with Jerry King Lawler's matches, and I think it's been great. I like how they've been kind of just building that for all these months, and now we're going to actually see a match, which I think has been built rather well, because I think a lot of people are wanting to see Michael Cole get his ass handed to him. I think that's why Michael Cole has also been such a nuisance all these last several months, because he's been being annoying on purpose, so that way when the match finally does come, people will want to see it. People will want to see him get his ass beat. And that's just great to see. I love how they've done that. Michael Cole and Jerry King Lawler should be a very entertaining match. Not going to be a great match by any means as far as technicality goes and just overall mat work. You're not going to see anything like that. You're not going to see technical wrestling or anything of that nature. But you will see Jerry King Lawler probably beat the shit out of Michael Cole, which is what everyone wants to see. I'm a Michael Cole fan. I love Michael Cole. I think he's a great heel. I am a Jerry King Lawler fan, but I'm not a fan of current Jerry King Lawler. I just don't like his present day character. I don't like his gimmick. They have Jerry King Lawler acting like goody two-shoes nowadays, and they're trying to make it as if his past is irrelevant. Like I just said earlier, Jerry King Lawler is known for being a bad guy. He's a notorious bad guy, always breaking the rules and doing things, anything that is, to win a match. And now they have him commentating and sounding like a complete pussy. I mean, I'm sorry, excuse my language, but Jerry King Lawler, if you remember anything from the early 90s in WWF, when him and Bret Hart, Jerry King Lawler and Bret Hart had a feud, Jerry King Lawler was vicious on the mic. He was totally talking shit about his mom and dad all the time. I mean, saying heartless things. I mean, he was vicious. And it really led up to a great match, a great feud with Bret Hart. But now, Jerry King Lawler is like did a complete 180, and he's not even remotely bad whatsoever. Like, that's not part of his MO whatsoever. He's not a bad guy, which I find to be completely ridiculous, because Jerry King Lawler is great at talking shit. That's what he's known for. But anyways, enough about that. Let's see, I'm not too sure about any other matches at Mania right now. Maybe we'll see the United States Championship defended. That would be great. Daniel Bryan going up against who? Him and Ted DiBiase have had a brief past. That would be great to see maybe him and Daniel Bryan going up against one another. That would be a good match. Oh yeah, that's right. You got Edge and Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, that could be a good match. I'm a big Alberto Del Rio fan. I love the guy. I predicted him to win the Royal Rumble. He did that, and now he has a championship match against Edge at Mania. He's going to main event Mania. He's going to headline. It's going to be great. A lot of people are Alberto Del Rio haters, and I don't get it. I mean, I think the guy's great. He has the complete package. I've rattled on about that before, and I'm not going to rattle on again about it, but you just got to look at the guy. Look at what he brings to the table. Look at his charisma. Look at his character. Look at his gimmick. Look at how he has his own personal ring announcer. Look at how he drives fancy cars into every one of his matches. Sure, we've seen things like that before in the past, but we've seen several different wrestlers do it in the past. Okay, Triple H and The Undertaker. It's going to happen at Mania. Let me know your thoughts about that. Let me know your thoughts about all the other matches as well at WrestleMania. WrestleMania is still several weeks away. Really hoping to see some great stuff from John Cena and The Rock. Hopefully tomorrow night on Raw we will see The Rock and John Cena possibly with a stare down. That's what they're building towards, I'm guessing, and that's what I want to see. I want to see those two stare each other down in the middle of the ring. Will it happen tomorrow night? I don't know. Maybe so. Who knows? But let me know your thoughts on everything mentioned in this video, and whatever else you want to talk about. Just let me know. This is Gold Dizzy. Peace out.